The Boyhood of the Magi, Chapter 2, The Boat Trip. The day was sprightly, fresh, and clear, a day, for frolic and for cheer. Not unseemly chores to intrude upon the hour, long hours designed by Merns as the fodder and cannon of their lives. Putting aside all stresses and shoulds, the motley bands throughout the villages of the lands esteemed the days for glorious worship of the gift surrounding, choosing praises and gashes of joy to elevate each day above the last. To the boats, I challenge you youngsters to fall upon the moat and sing happiness, to speed your friends to contest the stream. Our boats are afloat. Mers was waving hurrahs and generally piercing the air with his enthusiasms. Hi-ho, barup, wee-hee, galop, meh-hey. These trippings accompanied the rush of the excited Merns, and with them the high-pitched throat-singing ululations, which survived to later centuries among these birthing lands. No more exotic sound ever flinged itself across the continents of earth. The notes carried mystery and expectation, carrying sentiments, even without words, without thought, flowing straight from the inner being and launched upon the air. With these piercing praises were fluted notes, guitars threading through drums, cymbals, tinklings and throbbings of many sorts. For Merns were always upon the flow of events, making music to celebrate their goings forth, their risings, their settings, and every trip into joy or sorrow. A joyful day to sing and splay good tidings among our comradeship, and ship we will, and will to spill our day upon the flowing rip. Song came easily to the Merns, and rhyming too, for their hearts were ever full of merriment and a flowing out gratitude to their fellows. The boats themselves were lovely to behold. Broad, bright colors, largely spent in brightness, splashed upon the parts of the boat, sails, thwarts, and keel, mast, wheels, planks, and tow. It was as if their joys streamed forth and dashed themselves as sacrifice, tossing colors on every pigment tool. In those days the boats were round-bodied, tubby, with prow and stern curving swords. The wind was down, so they rowed noisily, darting from each inlet and cove upon the great river called Euphrates. Always a commotion played upon their decks, and sails flapped their happy leanings, billowing joy, serenity, peace. These Merns of yore were not the bored, they were not lost, hunted, nor empty from within. They were solid like their boats, useful, friendly, ready to put to water for the occasion. A boat full of Merns was a sight of fable, a rollicking song, a fragrance. And so our Merns played upon a sally upon the stream. The occasion was... What was the occasion? It never mattered. The same delighted drive was given to hunts, to battles, journeys, forays, processions, retreats, and to dreamy wanderings. This was of the last sort, though an adventure was hoped for, readied, envisioned. In the fixed eye of a Mern, the foretold image often became the reality, for they were masters of the completed inner voyage, a coming together of fantasy, prophecy, anticipation, willing hearts, and blessing, most notably blessing, as they were steadfast in their obedience and love for Elohim, God. Merns were brought to a knowledge, a tangle of faith and obedience and faith, neither preceding the other, but wrapped tightly as a strong rope. A lace of power to do good and to avoid evil. They were worded and molded to a community and fellowship. They were an unstoppable army, for they had the truth and they clung to it with strength. We shall have many occasions to think upon the strength of this mix, and perhaps to remind ourselves of our poorly designed personal forts against evil things. Hoist the sails, me hearties, for the breeze blesses our trip. We together influence the day to propel our prospects. Murs was already sputtering wise thoughts on a shortly begun excursion. A flurry of willing action followed these notes. "Where are we going?" said Shaki. "Well, we are simply going. This is all one of any occasion has knowledge, for one's prospects can be unexpected, though they are known of one who is God, and he who truly knows and ordains knows truly that our fear of the unknown would disable us," said Murs. "How did we come to deep waters so quickly?" A shallow thought from Shaki. "Oh, you are right, my lovely," from Murs, recovering. "No need for deep soundings on so short a day." They were skimming speedily and whitening the playful waters off the boat. I want to fish, Murs, to catch a fish," said Zoomi. "Capital. We shall angle for bright ones and nourish our bellies," said Murs. Can we eat them too, Murs?" "That's what I said," said Murs. Oh, Zoomi was happy now, anticipating. Though no longer a child, he carried the child knowledge of the magic of the fish hunt. The mystery continued in him of the patient longing, wondering. What wonder would arise of wriggling from an unseen lake, a brighted, flashing gift to leap out and give him pleasure? He numbered his adventures of this wise, happily wriggling his nose to see in memory the multicolored gems frolic forth from their deep places. A familiar quirk of this same Zoomi was to lightly cusp his hands, place his index knuckles between nose and upper lip. Let's try it. And flutter his nostrils in fish-like moving, but twitching his lip and nose like an excited rabbit. This he did when excited, which of course was always, for he was a child like Mern, the happiest sort imagined. Shall I be the first to capture one, shall I?" said Zoomi. "If I remember aright, the fishes decide, not I," said Murs. "But haply your desire will bring your wish, and you shall be the first." Murs felt comfortable with this statement, as he knew that great desire oft brings fulfillment. "Shall we cause our boat to stop so that we don't outrun them?" asked Zoomi. "They are quite able to keep up with our boat," Murs assured him. So you say. I believe you, Murs. Let's stop here just so the slow ones can have a chance," Zoomi reasoned. "So we shall," said Murs. "We shall douse our puffing sail and throw over our anchor into the pool behind that sandbar. They are swimming close together and ready there for the feast, our feast." Other craft sailed on, but that of Murs and Zoomi loitered at the shore, expecting. The waiting was not long, as the light bamboo pole held by Zoomi bent down, causing him to want to flutter his nose, though to do so would be to drop his hold on it and abandon his captive. He clung to his mission, and soon a lovely fish sparkling lay on the deck of their boat. "I was the first, Murs, I captured him," said Zoomi. "I am glad, my friend, so glad for you. It happies me more than my own fortune," said Murs. "Look, Murs, inside of him, something sparkling," said Zoomi. "All of a fish sparkles, my boy. They are scaled and watery, all painted a shimmer," said Murs. Believing wise Murs, trusting, yet he saw what he saw and dipped his forked fingers into the fish's belly and pulled forth a shining gold coin. "I told you, Murs, look, a coin, perhaps an ancient one, from a treasure," said Zoomi. "You are right, my friend. It is a coin, and ancient indeed. Let us look at its inscription." Well, its letters come before the language of our time and place." "You have fished out a mystery," said Murs. What could it mean, said Zoomi, this coin? It could mean many things, a coin in the belly of a fish. Perhaps it is not an accident. Fish are not known to hunger for great gain, and to spend it would be a trick indeed for a fish. No, I am inclined to suppose that it was brought here to us by this fish, specifically to us at this place and in this time. Maybe it is a key which unlocks the future, enabling us to thwart the doom and gloom, which are signals all about us. Yes, Zoomi, I believe your finding of this coin signs and signifies the beginning of a great quest. And who knows where it will lead us and to what adventures. But of course, I do not feel qualified to keep all its secrets to myself. We must hurry our return and place our knowledge before the elders this night. Come, my friend, let us hasten. And Murs busied himself with their leaving to go, his heart strangely fluttering, his mind flung far ahead to another time. What wonders ahead? What do you think will happen now? We will see in Zoomi story number 2.